Hi everybody, it's Tarinda. Good to hear from you, see from you. I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback on Instagram, which has been phenomenal. I appreciate you all for that. I know I haven't made any videos in about 6 days. I've had a lot going on with hitting that plateau, and trust me, it takes like every fiber of my soul to even begin to be positive and encouraging when that's not happening, when the weight loss isn't coming off. It's kind of, it had me at a standstill for a little while, but I'm feeling better. So that's a good thing. I also had some really tragic news this morning. I lost a family member. And so I spent a good first part of my day today just sitting in silence with my close ones and just reminiscing on the good old days, if that makes sense. But I'm here. Yay! I'm here, which is a good thing. I'm here to talk to you guys. I have a list. I have my laundry list. So definitely it was fun. I believe today is Thursday. So last Friday, I decided, because it was the day before I was supposed to go on the actual pre-op diet, which has consisted literally of protein shakes and blended vegetable juice. But I went out for what we call the last hoorah. I went with a few of my friends out to the local watering hole, and I had really good food. It had been weeks, and I had planned that cheat day for at least a week, and we went out and we had a really good time. I did post a picture of that, I believe, last week on Instagram. So if you guys want to see that, it's on Instagram. Make sure you follow me. If you guys are enjoying this content as well, please, up there, hit that subscribe button and like this video, because I am completely held accountable by making this journey public with you guys. So just make sure, if you guys are enjoying the content and you guys want to see this beautiful weight loss transformation happen, hit that subscribe button, make sure you like it, and hit the bell so that you guys know when I do upload. As of right now, it is March 9th. My surgery date is scheduled, is it the 10th? Oh, I apologize. It must be the 10th. Those days fly by when you work from home. So from this point forward, I have got 16 days, because I fly into Tijuana or into San Diego on the 25th. And then the surgery itself actually happens on the 26th. Again, just keep in mind, I am doing other videos to lead up to this, and I will be posting that video once I'm done with the surgery. And you guys are gonna get to see a little bit about what it's like to go down, over the border into another country to have the surgery. One of the questions that I had on, I believe it was either Facebook or Instagram, but one of the questions that I had, and I wanted to address that, is why are you getting the surgery down in Tijuana? There's a couple of reasons. One, I have really terrible health insurance with a very, very high deductible. So we actually priced it out and determined that it costs less money to get it down in Tijuana with the flight, the accommodations, and so on and so forth, than it does to get it done in the States. So that's the primary reason why I'm going down to Tijuana to get the surgery than up here. Believe it or not, it's becoming less of a cliche and actually more mainstream, as insurance companies themselves are starting to send patients across the border to get these surgeries. So again, it's one of those things where I'm going to be showing you guys this whole process, and you guys are going to get to see what it's like to go to another country and get the surgery done. So that was really fun. I will also get into the next segment that I wanted to talk about, which is the shakes, the protein shakes. If you personally know me, I am one of those people that for the last 15 years has been a die-hard Atkins fan. The Atkins bars, the Atkins shakes, the Atkins candies. I have been a hardcore low-carb freak for all intensive purposes. Now, I was instructed to get a protein shake or a meal replacement shake that was high in protein, at least I believe it was 21 grams, The one that I have is through Premier Protein, and it's got 30 grams of protein. And also I looked at not the vegetables, but I looked at the labels on the two, and I sat there one day looking at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've gone this long without drinking these Premier Protein shakes, because they have 2 more carbs, but they've got 25% on those labels of the vitamins and minerals versus the Atkins, which I believe has 15 or 16 grams of protein, which means it has less protein. It has lower carbs, which is fine, but it also only has a smaller percentage of all of those same vitamins and minerals. So if you guys are looking for something that not only, I believe, tastes better, because the Atkins for me, I felt like it, after going to the Premier Protein shakes, I felt like it tasted more like metally, you know, and there are certain stores I would buy it at, and sometimes, like, if you shake it up and you get into it, and I don't know, there was something weird about it where the Atkins shake, you'd shake it up and it would have chunks in it. Like, I literally felt like I was drinking vomit or something. It was terrible. Just don't do it. The Premier Protein shakes are phenomenal. They're great, and I really do enjoy drinking them. I'm having 3 of those a day right now. In between meals, if I'm still hungry, which I really haven't been the last couple of days, I would eat Diet Jello. But like I said, it's been a couple of days and I've been off the Jello. So that's a good thing, right? I also have been at night doing a blended vegetable juice with fat-free cream of celery soup. And I've been putting garlic cloves in there because garlic is really, really, really good for you as far as just being a natural anesthetic for the inside of your body to try to help kind of kick things into gear. So I feel phenomenal. I mean, I will not lie. If I had talked to you, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago when I embarked on this journey and decided to share it with everybody, I probably wouldn't have been able to agree, because I was miserable. My ankles were the size of elephants. I had heartburn all the time. I was sleeping terrible. I just felt nauseous. I just felt terrible all the time. So I am feeling better about that. On an emotional level, it's been a struggle. I'm going to tell you, I'm a big beer drinker, or I was a big beer drinker anyway. I was a big beer drinker. If you had a bad day at work or you got into a fight with a friend, you just go have a few beers, enjoy your time, go to sleep, wake up the next day and call it good. I can't use that anymore as a coping mechanism. So for me, it's been really tough kind of going through my own interpersonal problems and family drama and roommate drama and, every kind of drama, especially with this death today. It's taking every fiber of my soul to not just crack open a beer and chill. So it is not always an easy thing when you're used to having that coping mechanism, or for me, I call it my binky. So one day at a time, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right. That's kind of how I see it. That's my mindset. I do plan another cheat day. Well, it's gonna be a while, but I am very, very, very careful about what I am ingesting at this point. So that is another important thing. This liver shrinking diet is no joke whatsoever. And I'm not gonna lie, like the first few days, I was a wreck. I was emotional. I wanted to cry all the time. I couldn't live life. I was detoxing from sugar. I had headaches. I had to quit the coffee. I had to quit the caffeine. I was just a mess, an absolute mess. So that was just the beginning, but I'm feeling better now, which is a good thing. I have spoken with family members and friends. I know that my mom is really concerned and my dad is really concerned about, okay, is this safe? Well, I'm going to share it with you guys. If I die, you guys are going to find out, right? Guess there's another reason to subscribe. So, going to Tijuana, everybody's like, it's risky, it's this, it's that. I'm like, guys, I am a grown woman. I am making my own choices. And honestly, if I kept going at the rate that I was going, I would have probably been dead by 40. No questions asked. With that, excuse me. I'm back. I'm good. I'm gonna make it. one day at a time. So with that, I believe the last couple of weekends, I've kind of been going die hard on gardening. I did a little bit of research on gardening and found out that light to heavy gardening burns anywhere from 200 to 600 calories an hour. What? Are you kidding me? So not only did I get my yard work done, but I also coincided that with exercise. I thought that was pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. That was awesome. I was super stoked about hearing about that. After I looked it up online, I was like, yes, I'm a champion. I burned some calories. Woo! I was feeling pretty good. So that's that. My pre-op diet is my next segment. I wanted to talk about this. This was another part of my discovery, so to speak. So I found out that I had to go on a 20-day liver shrinking diet. And when I got into the forums for the medical tourism company, I was like, what? This gal was like, oh, I only had to go on my liver shrinking diet for 8 days. I was thinking, excuse me? You said what? What, 8 days? Why am I on 20? Come to find out, a lot of it has to do with your BMI. My BMI at the time before I started the journey was at 57, and hers was down in the low 30s. So that's why. So the higher your BMI, the more likely your nutritionist is going to tell you to be on your diet longer. So just keep that in mind. If somebody else, if you're in a forum, a Facebook group, if you're in a group of any type online or even in real life, if you're in a support group and your guys' pre-op diets are different, lengths, keep that in mind. It could be because of your BMI. One side of the paper down. What? Oh, this one's a good one. Okay, so this one's really good. I learned because partnering with a full liquid diet and only doing liquids to shrink your liver, not only is a nightmare diet, I'm not going to lie to you guys, this diet sucks. It sucks. But they also need you to take Dulcolax. And if you guys don't know what Dulcolax is, it's something to, kind of move this stuff around in those intestines and get it to kind of out. So I learned Dulcolax on the label says take anywhere from 1 to 3 and you'll have a bowel movement within 6 to 12 hours of taking it. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well, 1 is a little bit and 3 is a lot. So I'll go in the middle with 2. Took 2 right before I went to bed, woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and about literally shat myself. I'm not even going to lie. I literally almost died. So just in case you're curious, if you need to take that on your pre-op diet, make sure you do it during the day while you're still awake, just so that way if something like my nightmare happens, you can be aware of it and not just wake up and be like, because that's literally what I almost had happen. I literally almost pulled a 5-year-old move in my bed in the middle of the night. So upcoming plans, obviously I'm kind of in diet purgatory. I get to sit here in my house and chill and wait until the surgery comes. I also had to go through this nightmare drama of having to meal prep food for my family, which was a nightmare because not only do I have to meal prep everything that I absolutely love and enjoy to eat, but I have to also have my hands in it and not put it in my mouth. And I don't know about you, but I'm a fat girl and fat girls like food. So I'm just saying, seriously, at least if you're trying to get into the diet, I didn't cheat, but at least if you're trying to get into that pre-op diet, just make sure 100% you're actually prepared to handle the good stuff. No cheating. So keep that in mind. I also believe last week, it may have been May 4th. Yeah, it would have been May 4th. I joined a diet bet. I felt like it was a really good idea to kind of hold myself accountable and get to meet other people in the community that are also interested in losing weight. I actually met 4 people that are super, super awesome. Everybody's super supportive in the community. Plus, if I lose 4% of my body weight by June 4th, I get my money back and then some. It's a really neat deal. So I thought about talking about that for a little bit too. I also, as of the last video, have no longer been consuming caffeine. So no more coffee. I'm on 100% decaf now. I never thought in a million years, because I'll be honest with you, I was one of those girls that would go to Starbucks like 3 or 4 times a day just to get my venti coffee. And if I didn't have my venti coffee, I wouldn't function. This was the face. That was the face. So I'm 100% decaf now. I really like the flavor of coffee, so I'm not ready to completely purge it from my life. Talked to the nutritionist. She said the decaf was fine. I'm mixing that with almond milk and Splenda. So I'm on that low-key coffee drinking thing. I'm still getting the flavor. I'm just not getting the buzz that I'd get from drinking an entire pot of Folgers. So that was another really fun conundrum that I got to get into. So the one last thing that I did learn this week, and I wanted to also share this with you, was what they call a pouch reset. And I honestly think that if you're dealing with a stomach problem or you're dealing with an issue that, you know, maybe you're not getting stuff out fast enough, or you're not feeling good, or you're feeling bloated, or let's just say you have a really bad hangover, right? I'm all about those hangovers. I can cure any hangover. I have a PhD in helping people fixing hangovers. Not really. Disclaimer, I don't have a PhD. Figuratively speaking, I do. I will tell you that just after a few days of being on what they call the pouch reset diet for the people who have had the VSG, which would be the gastric sleeve, it's actually really good. It's really great. You just do 3 of the protein shakes a day, exactly what I'm doing my pre-op diet. You do it for 3 to 10 days, bam, donezo. You feel a billion times better. I will post the recipe for my soup at night. So it's very simple. 3 Premier protein shakes, the soup that I'm going to post down in the comments, and then that's it. Lots of fluids. If you need diet jello to keep yourself from like keeling over and dying, that's something you can also do too. So that was it. That's, I think, all the update that I have for right now. Living that sober life. Live long and prosper. Boy Scouts? I don't know. But that's where I'm at. That was my update. I appreciate you guys taking time. And again, if you've made it this far and you have not hit the subscribe button, hurts my heart. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. Make sure you get those notifications when these videos come out. Okay? Thank you. Have a